there's a lot of different points to things that might roadblocks to self-advocacy. One, especially in the younger grades, is often perspective taking skills. So we know kids that have social deficits or difficulties might think that you're in their brain, meaning why would they tell you what they need? Because you just know what they need, right? And so that really comes down to this lack of perspective taking. And we have to make sure that kids are able to communicate. And that comes to the fourth one, which is communication skills. Can they be specific? Can they tell people? Can they be respectful when they're communicating? Okay. Another one is having a responsive teacher or team. And we know that sometimes that we don't always have that, but we have to do our best to try to partner with them as best we can to try to get the support that our kids need. And I think, as much as you can, educating them about TUI and about your child. And I think, and at the end, I have resources about that so that you can be able to have that conversation with that actually Real provided a handout that I often have parents give their school providers at the beginning of a school year so that they understand what it is. A lot of people don't know what TUI is. So I think it's really important that they understand what it is. Metacognitive skills, but also executive functioning skills. So executive functioning skills require that problem solving, right? Metacognitive skills are one's awareness and understanding of their thought process and knowledge. So the more that you can understand if your child, and we know a lot of kids who have executive functioning skills have metacognitive deficits. And so what we want to do is make sure that we help them build those skills. And you can build skills and you can build executive functioning skills. Now, especially in the early years, you might have to give a lot of support with the hopes of fading support over time. And I think that's a really important point to give to the teachers is the goal is for them to self-advocate. It might be that parents have to help along the way, but the whole goal is for them to be independent. And you're acknowledging that and you're telling your kid that too. The other thing is anxiety. This is a big one for kids, especially with TUI, because we have a lot of perfectionists. We have a lot of fear of rejection, a fear of being different, especially once they get to 8 or 9. So when we're talking about those 4th, 5th graders, they know they're different. Even if they don't know their diagnosis or they don't know that they're gifted or anything, they know they're different. And they don't like it, and they don't like admitting it. But I think what's important is the more you can show them the benefit of getting accommodations as early as you can, the better it's going to be. And that's where motivation comes in. You always have to think about motivation with your kid. Now, I tend to see 2 big types of kids, ones that are pretty explosive when it comes to what they need, and kids that are passive, meaning the teacher kind of they let the kid kind of sits back and waits for the help or waits to be prompted or waits. And the kid that's explosive just gets what they need because they're, the teacher's trying to help them. But the problem is their motivation to self-advocate isn't there because it's being done for them. So the goal is to figure out what kind of kid you have so that we can be able to teach them to self-advocate and why it's important, because those teachers won't always respond to them the same way over time.